Alas, though, boys, in 18 days, I'm done with every other video game except for Kingdom Hearts.
I think you'll be back every now and then.
Just for a log on, the daily. It's gonna suck because I guarantee somebody will be like, yo, there's like, we're getting a million, like a 200,000 XP for this, and it's really easy. And I'm like, I can't. Kingdom Hearts 3. My ultimate goal was to farm all this blue glow and then sell my account with all these account resources on it. I miss the icy floor. Ooh, legendary perk. Every time, man. I swear, I've gotten probably over 2,000 legendary perk from Frostnite alone.
Nice.
That's the way to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I
I never
hear,
get them.
man.
I never get them either.
This is like it. I kid you not, I could hop on a Frostnite once a day and I'd probably pull a legendary perk out of it.
Damn.
It's really weird. Like I don't know why I'm so lucky with it. And then if I try to bring one of these motherfuckers with me, I just get all blue schematics, and I'm like, get your fucking
Yeah, there
terrible
you
luck
go.
away from
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. That's all I ever get. That's all I ever get is in
I get
fucking blue
legendary
ones.
perks a lot, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I have some insane luck.
Hi. Yeah, Leafy's like me on that, man. We just the legendary perk is given to us.
Yeah.
Most people
Sometimes
get a lot of
I'll run
schematics and then
a
you'll
game and
need
I'll pick up 3 in a game and I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, actually, one of my best runs was 2 legendary perks and an epic perk on one Frost Knight run.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I've had shit like that too. It's dope. It's a good feeling.
I never have. Damn, never.
That's why this is worth it, man.
I guess so.
Ooh. So after all that evolving yesterday, I wonder if I went below 22,000 drop rate. I did, but I'm only at 21,800. One good Frost Knight run will put me back over to 22,000.
Yeah.
Damn, that was a good dab.
Prepare yourselves for the long night. Your mission is to fight back against the storm and keep the Yule burner lit. The burner must stay warm. Add blue glow to keep the fires burning.
No, what am I doing?
If that burner goes out, we lose.
First run and I'm already fucking it up.
Woo! You'll have to harvest and craft throughout the night.
So I got an interesting story for you guys. About 2 years ago, I had appendicitis. Went and got it taken out of the hospital, of course. And 10 hours after they were cutting me open, I was walking out those doors.
Embrace your fingers. Your choice.
Wow.
By the way, I would not recommend it.
I'm getting some.
He thinks he's a badass because he did it?
I was crying like a baby. I would never do that again. Never. I called the ER doc that like cutting me. I'm like, it hurts. He's like, well, yeah, you literally, it's gonna hurt. Get surgery. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
What? Oh, okay. Okay.
The Adult Swim.
Apparently we're too inappropriate for whoever Casey's gonna play with.
I do like the amount of like old people that are in our group. Like,
yeah.
Oh shit, little Zane. Hey, he's another low power level if anybody needs to use a low power level. What's up, Zane?
What's up?
Long time no see.
Yeah, because it was the end of term, so to get finished assignments.
Hi, Zane.
Guys, this is my son. I will adopt him one day.
Yeah.
Or steal him from his family. I don't know which one will come first.
Which one will fall in place first?
Well, nice to meet you. I'm Leafy.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
It will.
How's Battle Royale treating you, Zane?
Oh, it's pretty good. Just getting a lot of wins and solo duos and a couple solo squads every so often.
Bro,
Those are
you
harder.
missed it. Dave and I did that slippery floor mode and won like 5 games in a row.
Dude, I could not ever do those just because, like, I'm mainly a shotgun player, so I had such a pain trying to shotgun people. But I would laser everyone with an AR because they couldn't build. So
it was the slippery floors of Fortnite that trained me for that. Like, I had such good, like, control on everything.
All I was doing is just, like, grappling everywhere, trying to get as many kills as possible before somebody managed to kill me. But that Wild West game mode, I got so many wins on that because I would like hit him one time with like a 6-shooter and then pump him for like less than 90 damage. So it's super easy.
Can I say Battle Royale is taking another step back by adding a silent sniper in their game mode?
Oh my! Yeah, I was shooting people and they wouldn't even know where I was.
It's so dumb.
Headshots too, like headshots are the smoothest thing with that weapon.
It's like they forget about balance. This is just with everything. You need balance.
Fortnite always.
And there has to be balance in the games. And they took away balance from snipers right there. Because you had to risk your position to shoot a sniper rifle.
And pretty much, Fortnite is like, oh man, what's out of this cool weapon? And then they remember the balance part of the weapon.
Yeah, it should be. It's gonna get removed. It has to. If it doesn't get removed, man, I don't know, man.
I bet it'll just reduce its damage or something.
It's so dumb.
I went like.
Imagine in solos, bro. I would just get a bush and that sniper every time.
Pretty much what I would do with the weapon is I would just reduce the damage. So it's like using one of those automatic snipers that like
semi-auto. Oh.
Yeah, it would balance out his damage.
I don't know. They wouldn't, because then you have to reload after shooting them and not get a knock. So
I guess so.
They'll probably just vault it. I hope they just vault it.
Oh man, I'm gonna go play the ground game. That was my favorite game mode because I was so good at it. Because like, I have good aim, so with good aim mixes with no building. Oh baby.
My favorite game mode is Save the World.
Nice. I'm more of a.
I gotta be honest. That slippery floor all ice boot mode is definitely my favorite, man. There was no snipers, no planes, like. Oh, my kind of game right there.
I like the Virtue pickaxe. It's pretty cool. Yeah, but I see what you mean by that game mode. I really like the ground game mode too. No planes, no bull crap, just straight out good players in a match. Well,
I like
can't
the
say
gimmick
good
of
players.
the ice floors because it was funny because every time you'd knock like a 2 of 3 people or 3 of 4, the last guy would just be dipping it with the fucking
grappling. Yeah, infinite grappling.
You already know. Oh, he's running away. We knocked his team. He's gone.
Yeah, especially with my teammate.
Every time.
Yeah, that would happen a lot, I noticed, because people, like, they're just like, oh, my teammates are down, I'm just gonna dip because I can.
Yeah, that's all they do is end up dipping.
I have not been able to play Fortnite lately, too, because my ping has been so high. No reason. I don't know why.
No reason. It's because you ain't got a job and you ain't paying for your own internet, kid.
I mean, we have the best internet plan we can get in our area, which kind of sucks, because I wish there was where I used to live, we had Xfinity, man, and I never complained.
Who are you using now?
I think it's like AT&T. No, not AT&T. It's like CenturyLink. CenturyLink.
Oh, that is like AT&T, isn't it? Isn't CenturyLink buy AT&T or something like that?
I don't know, but my friend has AT&T, and his is like is super good, and his isn't even hardwired. He has like 30 ping without hardwire. But he also does live in apartments, so I guess
wouldn't
I don't
use
know.
any internet except for Comcast at this point. I mean, like they own literally like movie studios at this point. Just give them your money.
Oh man, I'm so rusty. I'm not even playing. Oh, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna? He shot. What? That's messed up. He just shot straight at me, and I took no damage. Okay, okay. This is whack. I don't know what just happened.
Leafy, are you gonna be
Oh
joining
my
me
God.
on the Kingdom Hearts 3 buzz or no?
No, I've never played any of the Kingdom Hearts.
Play them.
No.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna put me down as no.
Damn it. I thought
But
that
thank
yes
you.
would sway you.
It almost did. I almost checked maybe, but I'm gonna have to stick with my guns here and stay
Let
with
me ask you
no.
this: are you
We've been
gonna
a no
view my
family all my
stream?
life.
Are you gonna view my stream while I'm playing it?
Are you gonna view my stream while I'm playing Frostnite cash runs?
I suppose so.
Damn right. I stream on YouTube though.
This guy just stole my
Why?
kill.
Because I don't
Doesn't YouTube
understand
steal
Twitch.
all your money?
Well,
Twitch is
firstly,
easy. It's
I connected my PS4 to a Twitch that I no longer remember how to get into, and I don't know how to, like, unconnect them and then make a new Twitch and all that stuff. So, I don't know. I'm just kind of grinding it on YouTube. I'm not doing it to make money. I just mostly like to see if I get a couple people who watch.
yeah, same here. That's all I do is to.
You may notice that you're missing your
I mean, I'm at home playing all day anyways. I may as well stream it.
Are you serious? How many people are gonna team up? Oh my God! 4 people are smoking! No.
I feel like just with that soundbite, I'm gonna be on Reddit's
I'm sorry for
live
screaming
stream
out that.
fails.
I'm so sorry.
Kid freaks out in chat.
I'm so sorry about that, mate. Dude, it's 4 people spraying with SMGs. Good God, this is squads.
I'm gonna take some time this weekend and get my girlfriend to
you.
help me with like setting up
Sorry.
a Twitch and all that stuff, and then like she has more patience than me. See, I just like if it's not as easy as a click of a button, I don't fucking want to do it. So my girlfriend will do it for me.
Yeah, it is pretty easy.
But when you do, if you want to be a channel that people are actually gonna watch, you have to do shit to your stream, like put notifications on there, like whenever someone hits follow, that their name gets shown up on their screen, on the screen, because it makes them feel better.
Yeah, I have no idea how to do that.
Sounds.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit here and play video games, and I'm gonna get my girlfriend to do all of the social media stuff, because she's smarter than me.
You know what? I gotta get somebody who's good at that too. I've told people I want a content. What you want to do is find a content.
Yeah.
Somebody who just wants to run your Twitch shit.
Yeah.
They love doing that shit.
I'd pay somebody to do it. Fuck yeah.
Dude, no duel can stop me. Oh yeah, baby. That's how we do it.
Bro, 1v1 me in Battle Royale right now, and I'll show you that you're nothing.
Bro, hold on. Let me give you a story. So, there was a game that I won. Like, we were playing squads, and I ended up taking out, like, the last 3 of them. And it was for the win, too, with a minigun. And this guy messages me after the game, could you be any more cancer or something like that? And I'm like, how'd that minigun taste? He's like autism. And he's like, he kept saying like 1v1 me and shit like that. 1v1 me on Playground. I'm like, dude, I'm 30. I don't play on playgrounds.
Yeah.
And so Zane, like I screenshotted Zane the messages because it was so fucking funny, and Zane messages that kid out, and he's like 1v1 me, and Zane ends up thrashing him on Playground.
Oh yeah, that was a great battle. He was not a good sport about losing either, man. He was so mad about it. He's like, you cheated, you were like using, and I'm dude, I just, he was like a blue pump and like a green AR, and I
Zane,
didn't really care
we knew he
much.
wasn't a good sport. Like, those messages, like out of the blue.
Yeah,
like.
exactly.
I played 1,000 Fortnite games, 3,000 Fortnite games, and only 2 people have single-handedly looked up my name to message me, like, you're cancer, bro. For winning the game.
Buddies, we got 6 kills. We're solo duoing this. We about to get a dub in the new grounded game mode. Let's go.
Are you streaming? Because it sounds like you are.
No,
Nope.
he doesn't. His internet.
So you
couldn't handle
you just talk like that to no one. Okay, that's cool. I mean,
Why
I'm
do you
not
think I
judging.
kept him around for so long? He's so entertaining.
I mean, maybe people will think my stream is your stream, and they'll just like come for your attitude and
You could go through my
positivity.
entire friend list and find possibly maybe an extra kid or two on it, but Zane is probably the only kid on my friend list. At least the only one I play with.
See, I need to purge mine now, because like in the beginning I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, like you're 15, I'll play with you, whatever. But now that I found like a decent, adult, I have more in common with you guys. Like, what do I have in common with a 15-year-old? Fucking nothing.
How was school today, Tyler?
Yeah. So did you? So
Right.
did you go to school today? Like I don't know. Like what do I say?
Oh Jesus.
The only reason I don't I keep Zane too is because he's had an adult life at a young age, so he can handle the F-bombs and stuff.
That's cool. That's Gucci. That's Gucci.
Oh my god. Dude, this guy's trying to snipe me, dude. What a pansy. He's just sitting right here watching me. Come on, bro. Come fight me. I don't like to play these stupid pans again.
Dayton and I have pledged to be there in Vegas for Zane's 21st birthday.
Bro,
Oh,
my
yeah,
parents
you know
live
it.
in Vegas. I'll be there.
Oh, sweet, dude. We
Dude,
can
we're
have
gonna
the
an
whole
entire
shebang.
party. That'd be insane. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, an actual that's the time where we all
that
meet
would've
each
been
other.
that would've been dope.
Yeah, that'd be cool as fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still quite a long ways away. Zane, aren't you like 14?
15.
15?
No, I'm joking. I'm
6
14.
years.
I'm 14.
Oh,
7
14,
years.
Yeah, 7 years.
All right. Well,
Weed's
Jesus.
legalized in a lot of places. They might lower the age of gambling.
I'll just
Fucking
I'll just keep playing Fortnite, Frostnite, cash runs. In 7 years, I'll see you guys at the reunion party.
I'll
Jesus
only
Christ.
be 37 years
Jesus
old.
Christ. Jesus.
Dayton will be dead.
I'll be 32.
Oh my god. I'm being shot from both angles. Help me. Someone, please.
No.
On my way.
Hoppa! Freak you down there too. I really.
Whoa.
Okay, let's try.
Listen. Okay. Watch your
I keep saying-
profanities.
If Zane's dad was from I don't know, 70s or 80s, he would constantly go up and hit me in the back.
Do you have a dad?
Yes, I do. Right?
Okay.
Oh my god, dude, there's so many people. Go away, there's like 3 duels right here trying to kill me. I'm just everyday Samaritan, trying not to get freaked over by 4 people.
Samaritan?
Jesus Christ, dude.
What?
Can these people not?
A Samaritan?
Race of people?
I don't know what to call it, alright? I'm just trying.
I'm just trying to be a marionette, guys. I don't know what you guys' problem is.
Dude, I'm so screwed right here from this man's. Jesus.
Goddamn it,
No, dude, I'm screwed. Like, there's a guy right here to my right who just got knocked down by a freaking bad player. Wow, man.
How much Survivor XP do you think we'd get out of a level 52 family battle for
20?
4-time Survivor?
30?
Oh, damn,
Not worth it.
not worth it at all.
Come on, bro.
I'd
Pete.
rather do Frostnite runs.
Yeah, I know, same here.
Gee, I swear to God,
Need
if this guy hits
Survivor
me one
XP.
time.
Wait, whoa, V-Bucks. Hey, anybody want to get some V-Bucks in Canny? Fight Category 3 Storm?
You know how I feel about that.
Oh yeah, that's right, you don't do V-Bucks.
I don't do V-Buck missions.
Oh, that was right above his head. I swear to God, I'm
Well,
gonna hit this
I'll
last
have
shot
it-
and kill
I'll
him.
have it there for safekeeping.
Bah! I missed.
How do you miss with a silence sniper?
I'm not using the silent sniper, I'm just using a heavy.
Oh, see, I just figured everybody would be using them on Battle Royale now, since it's such a janky and broken ass fucking gun.
So stupid. Dude, I used it the other day and just kept sniping dudes just like out in the open, but they didn't know where it's coming from. They didn't even look in my direction. They just kept seeing guys get knocked. Fucking stupid thing, man. God, it's like the planes. God, it gives me a headache sometimes. It's like why you're at your peak of you've hit like video game There's been bad games all around everywhere. You actually did something good.
So
You're gonna
Fortnite
kill
sent
it.
out an email about a survey to take, and I got this email, so I was like, okay, and it said right in the email, be as harsh as you want, and like be honest, right? So the whole, just like the game, the whole focus was battle royale. So in the final part where I get to put like my own comments, I'm like, honestly, I only bought the season 7 battle pass because I needed something to do when Save the World's too glitchy to play, and since it's clear that Epic won't put any time or money or resources into fixing Save the World, I guess battle royale is the only option.
I've said this before, I wish they didn't associate their skins with the heroes in this game, because then someone else could have sold this game off to a developer who would have actually put more work into it. But because their heroes are the same skins, they're stuck.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be really good right now is having some smalls and stuff, because, like, I have no HP in a grounded game mode with 8 kills. Man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't even know how I'm still alive. Come on, Storm, don't freak me over, buddy. We can talk about it.
Can't wait to see Zane with his first girlfriend.
Or boyfriend, it's 2019, okay?
Dude, I already tried, man, and I already got friend zoned once.
No son of mine will be a fat. I'm just kidding.
Whoa, okay, Kevin Hart, calm down.
Dude.
Kevin Hart needs to simmer himself down over
there. I already tried one time, and I got friend zoned the first time, so, like...
You know, Zane, you're 14. You don't want nothing like 14-year-old girlfriends are the worst, man. They're the worst. Yeah. I remember that shit, like...
I remember it being fun, actually.
Really?
Boy, you think it was fun. Look at this guy.
I was 13.
Yeah, but you're Canadian. You guys have free healthcare, so you girls have unprotected sex all over the place.
Okay.
No!
Okay.
Oh!
I've never been called into the Center for Controlled Diseases to be tested or anything, so I'm good. I had a friend who got the call that was like, hey, so we can't tell you who, but somebody you've recently had sex with had a disease. You need to come get tested. Oh,
that's how Canadian healthcare works?
Oh yeah.
Bro, that's like...
Oh yeah, as soon as you report that as soon as they find out that you have an STD, they need to know all of your sexual partners so that they can contact them and have them tested as well to control the disease and to make sure it doesn't get spread.
You guys have no privacy in your country. Like, holy shit.
No, listen to this. This is the dumbest thing. Our government just passed a law where cops can now come to your door and demand a breathalyzer test to see if you were intoxicated. And if, let's say you got home from work and had a beer, now you're intoxicated and it's your obligation to prove that you weren't intoxicated when you were driving home from work.
Yeah, I heard about that law in the news. That was probably really sucks or something.
It's completely against our Charter of Rights and Freedoms.
Are they going for more of like prior DUI people who are on like probation?
No, it's anybody in Canada. Random? They have any reason they can pull you over now and demand a breathalyzer, and if you don't comply with that, no. But if you don't, let me continue. If you don't comply with the on-side one, like on the side of the road one, you instantly get arrested. If you're at home, so like I said, let's say I had a regular job. I get home at 5 o'clock. I'm making dinner with the family. I have a couple of beers. I'm watching the hockey game because we're Canadian. All of a sudden, a cop knocks on my door and demands a breathalyzer test. Well, of course, I've been drinking since I got home. It's now on me, as a licensed driver in Canada, it's now on me to prove that 2 hours ago I was sober when I was driving home, or else I get a DUI on the spot.
But why are they knocking on your door though? There's got to be.
No, like, I'm not saying. I'm sorry. No, I'm not saying me specifically.
I know, not you specifically, but no, a human being, a Canadian specifically.
See, here's the thing.
I feel like there's something else there that they're watching out for, maybe. You know.
Well,
maybe
here's the thing.
DUIs.
Our person who's in charge of the Department of Transportation and Safety, they released this law saying that it was to decrease the amount of impaired drivers and deaths by impaired drivers, which is whatever. So if let's say your neighbor doesn't like you, you guys got into a fight earlier that day or something, right? And they know that you have your nightly beer around 7 o'clock. They can call the cops and say, hey, this guy just like turned into his driveway. He looked like he was drunk. He staggered out of his car. That's enough for them to show up at your door and demand a test.
But here's the thing with Canada, though. You guys have CCTV all over the place, don't you?
No.
Oh, really?
Pretty sure you do.
We do some places like you have a lot of traffic places. Cams
and shit, and all over the place, bro. And that's the thing with a government CCTV. Lawyers, like, as soon as somebody be like, hey, they're accusing you of this, all right, my lawyer, hey, I need to see let's see these videos of this, and they'll prove it right away. Especially, that's where CCTV
you're right.
is good.
You're right.
It's kind of.
But I'll tell you from experience, when I was 3 years ago, 22 or something, I was driving home from work, and it was Friday night. It was a bit dark, and this 16-year-old girl ran out into traffic, and I hit her. And, that's a terrible thing. Police deemed it not my fault. My insurance company and everything else deemed it was not my fault. She still sued me and still got, like, $900,000, even though they had CCTV footage of her running out in front of me and stuff. So
unfortunately, here in America, bro, you got the same problem, bro. Lawyers are fucking dirtbags, and yeah, bro, here in America, if and it's even worse here, bro, because you'll go to, like, you won't just get sued, you'll probably go to jail.
Yeah.
Like, it's hitting her, like, that's why, like, when my girl's driving, and especially in the neighborhoods and shit, I'm like, Cammy, I know the speed limit is this, but you gotta go slower, because if someone were to ever fuck up, and they fucked up, not you, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And Leafy, you're a good example of it. You know it, too. Like, I've never hit somebody, but I already knew this. Like, I'm like, nah, man, I'm never...
it was a pedestrian. Like, it fucked me up, man. Like, there was a time there where I hated driving afterwards, and it wasn't even my fault. But, like, I just felt this burden because, like, I just hit a 16-year-old girl. She's almost dead. Like, I just ruined her life. She's fine now, update.
Unfortunately,
she's living a happy life.
Same as you guys. It's pedestrian has the right of way, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Even if some ass, and that's the thing is, all right, here in America, this happened maybe a few months ago. Somebody in Vegas, a homeless person in Vegas, walks across the street. It's night, pure dark out. They don't have anything bright on or anything like that, and they walk out and they get hit by a fucking smart car, like one of the ones that are driving by themselves. And homeless guy, right?
Yeah.
And I think it was Tesla's car too. The homeless guy's family, who was so keen on taking care of their homeless family member, sued the shit out of Tesla. Got millions.
Oh my god. The world is a funny place.
Dude, it's so weird that, and I'm sorry to say this, I guess I'm on that end too. I'm okay with waiting for the lottery, or not waiting for, I'd be okay with the lottery tragedy.
You know, it's funny.
That's what I'll call
There's
that.
a joke all around.
Tragedy lottery.
I live in BC, and we have a company called ICBC that you have to get insurance from. It's a monopoly. We all know it, but whatever. So there's a joke around the whole province where if you're a pedestrian, you could hit the ICBC lottery just by being hit by a car.
Yeah, it's that way nowadays here.
Yeah, it's fucked.
I swear, dude. I swear to God, I can't play with randos sometimes, dude. They're just suicidal.
Hell, here's a good example. My cousin, I have a cousin, who, her uncle is one of, like, the top urologists in the country. Alright, he's, like, the richest fuck. He's super rich. She gave birth to a baby. It died. It was not a surprise either. Trust me. If anybody saw a sonogram of that, a fucking doctor would have seen that shit like, yo, that baby's fucking toast. But they still continued to have it.
Yeah.
Alright? The thing came out looking like Quasimodo's fucking turd.
Oh no.
Yeah. And oddly enough, someone set up a GoFundMe page for them. I'm like, wait a second. These people aren't struggling. They're not like they're poor and then they had, you know, something happen to them. These people are rich people and they raised like $5 grand on there. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? That actually, seeing that is the thing that made me delete Facebook.
Yeah.
100%. Like I saw that shit. I'm like, I'm done. I can't. This shit triggers me so hard. I want to. I can't believe I'm saying this. I want to hurt my family members because I grew up living in a van until my mom finally broke down and moved us to Nebraska so she'd be able to feed us a little. I had these cousins who grew up, we'd have to go to their Christmas place and see like a Christmas tree with 100 presents underneath. And then go to my house and have nothing under our Christmas tree except for IOU notes.
Yeah.
And I don't care if someone's like, oh, that's jealousy or that's
envy.
Or, you know, envy or whatever. I'm like, okay, I don't give a fuck. That was family right there, who knew. Listen, even if my mom was a piece of shit, bro, nothing ever stopped you guys from coming over, putting groceries in our fridge, did it? Nothing. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, shit, man. Especially now that I know what I know now. I'm like, y'all just sat back and watched. Listen, yeah, she made mistakes, all right? I wouldn't have helped her a lot of times, too. She went and gambled a lot of her money away. But to let her kids suffer when you guys are literally, like, just, you know, in the same city? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you people?
Yeah.
To literally know, like, to be, like, to have your kids, listen, in my uncle's view, to have his kids there, sit there and have Christmases where your brothers and sisters bring their kids over and be like, haha, I have a full college fund and houses set up for my kids. What do you got? Nothing? And then you know what this motherfucker says to me on the day after my mom dies? He says, how you doing, Jimmy? I've been better. Yeah, I lost a sister. Like he's trying to equate who should be in worse pain right now. The guy who lost his deadbeat sister who he didn't give a fuck about, or the kid the 21-year-old who just lost his mom. Yeah. Real fucking... And this is the guy who's told people that they've died on his operating table. You know? Like... Or, you know, the families and shit. So... Fucking piece of shits, man. Like, honestly, I feel like if I ever went back, did something crazy drastic, I don't know. Not saying I would kill any of them, but if I did, I think I might get a fucking, like... a good enough lawyer to be like, dude, these fucking people taunted him his whole life. Like, what do you want him to do?
I don't know. I'm never for violence. I'm a very passive person.
Listen, I am too, but I like just talking, like the stuff I've just been talking about with my family right now, I can feel the blood boil. And I hate it because I'm not an aggressive person and I don't really know the best way to disperse it. So most of the time I'm just sitting here like, fuck, like, it's bad, but yeah.
You want to know something fucked up?
Let's hear it.
My dad's a multi-millionaire, and when I asked him to help me go to university, he said no, I should earn it myself. So that's why I chose the lifestyle that I chose.
Good to know we all have piece of shit people out there.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I was a branch manager of a finance company before I did this, and I was trying to work my way through school, and then saw no end to it. Like, I saw no end to the light of the tunnel, so I just dropped out of school, and now I'm just enjoying my life way better. And my dad's like, "Oh, I'm disappointed," and I'm like, "I don't give a fuck. You didn't help me when you could have." Like, it was $10 grand to finish my degree, and he's a multi-millionaire pulling in $500,000 a year to work for 4 months, and he won't help me out.
You know, I think you and my family is the problem with your family. There are these people that think college is like this ultimate thing. But I went to college, all right? Any asshole can go to college.
Yeah.
Literally, any asshole can go there and pass, too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, this isn't a challenge on life. The fact that you people consider this a hurdle on life is pathetic. Yeah. And I left college and I went to the Army. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, sitting there and getting treated exactly as you were for the past fucking 12 years of your life when you've literally been built up on this thing about going into adulthood to literally to hold you back from adulthood. What the fuck?
Prepare
True, man.
And don't get me wrong, if you have a parent who can who's paying for your college, or you can stay at home or something like that. My mom was ready to get my ass out the door as soon as I was 18. She kicked me out when I was 17, actually. I graduated high school when I was 17. She said, you graduated high school, you can be on your own.
See, I'm still putting money away. Once I hit that 10 grand mark, I'm going back to school. I still want to finish my degree and go into accounting and shit, because I like doing that. I love numbers.
Yeah. And I know what the college does for you. It gives you that. It gives you the paperwork. Is all it does. But I don't know, man.
It's nice because I had a job who took a chance on me and made me their lead accountant and bookkeeper. So I have 2 years of experience as accounting and bookkeeping. I just don't have the degree. So now that I've moved, I need to find a company that will either take me with my experience or I have to get my degree.
Life sucks.
Yeah. I'm like, man, this is so easy. I could do it for you right now. I can show you that I could do it, but because I don't have a piece of paper.
Yeah, it's stupid,
dope.
Man. Or I couldn't afford a good enough college.
Yeah.
Or something like that. You know, oh man, it's bullshit, dude. And listen,
it is.
Listen, being a white kid in America means you get no help. You get no grants.
What?
You get no fucking scholarships.
What about white privilege?
Yeah, there's no such fucking thing, bro.
No, there isn't. It's just there's no such thing as the gender wage gap. I'm sorry, that's bullshit.
Yeah, you wanna know why? Because women can make thousands of dollars a night stripping. Thousands. They can make more than I make in a year in a weekend at a good enough strip club. Right. But
there, even even on a more even on a more realistic basis, the statistics that they come at you with saying that there's a gender wage gap is not necessarily correct, because they actually don't include the fact that a lot of those moms are taking maternity leave and choose to be stay-at-home moms instead of going back to the workforce after having a kid, unlike fathers. So you have more men bringing in more income. That doesn't mean that per job, because you're a woman, you're getting paid less. That's illegal. You can't do that.
Yep.
That's discrimination. So the whole idea of this gender wage gap is just bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
so bullshit.
Anti-patriotic, fucking feminist bullshit. And I'm sorry, that's just the truth.
When people talk about discrimination in the workplace, this company doesn't want to hire me because I'm a pregnant woman. Yeah, I wouldn't want to fucking hire you as a pregnant woman either. I wouldn't want, there's a lot of places that wouldn't want, listen, there's places that don't want to hire women because they can get pregnant. And I don't see anything wrong with that, because they don't want to pay for maternity leave. They might not have anything in their structure of their company that could even put money towards maternity leave. And that's why they don't do it.
Yeah.
Or they might hire only old women.
In my viewpoint, it's if I were to go into a job and seriously straight look them in the face and say, I want this job, but in 9 months I'm going to quit, or I'm going to leave and cost you money, I'm going to go on disability.
Yep.
They would be like,
at some point,
fuck you.
At some point at this job time, I'm going to have to take 9 months that you're going to have to pay me for.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm sorry. That's bullshit.
No, thank you. Sorry, ladies, but again, there's so many other jobs and everything. There's nothing out there that's holding anybody back but themselves.
Typically, women get paid more in construction than men, so how is that a wage gap? Just saying,
the average I think, if I remember correctly, the female porn star makes more than the male porn star.
Absolutely. But then again, if you're taking it on a per deposit, basis, she is taking 5 dicks at a time, opposed to the guy who's just given 1 dick.
I gotta be honest though. Listen, as a guy who has sex, I'm impressed when I thought that
the rest of the world, a man who has sex.
I'm like, man, these guys can bro, me, they'd have to cut. Damn it, you fucked up. I know.
We should just start a podcast where we talk about all the controversial topics. Unpopular opinions.
I bet that become.
Cammy's told me to make YouTube videos on that, because I do. She's like, you gotta call it the angry ranter, because you have these rants that are actually smart, but you go on a lot of them.
See, I can't do them alone. I can go on a lot of rants and stuff like that, but I need somebody to have a debate with or have an open conversation with.
Let's do it, Leafy.
I can't just sit there in front of a camera and be like, there's no wage gap because of this. I need somebody else there to hear me and be like, yeah, no, I agree with you, or I disagree with you and here's why. And have a civil conversation. I'm open to all ideas, but like I need, somebody who can actually like have a decent conversation. So not
you guys
feminist.
could call it like Floatcast or something. Float podcast.
Yo, Leafy.
Wow, I don't even get billing on this. It was my idea to do a podcast. I don't even get billing. That's cool.
No, it definitely has something to do with no, I was gonna say, it's kind of funny how we all talk about this wall right now.
Oh,
But I feel like Canada's being all quiet because they're like, please don't build a wall on us.
I saw a new report that said it's an increase of 26% of the American population who now wants to exit to Canada.
You know what?
Like,
they don't.
Fuck.
First of all, no, fuck that poll because there's like 100 celebrities that were like, if Trump is voted president, I'm gonna be a Canadian.
Yeah, I remember
they're still
that.
Fucking here. All right. I know tons of people who are like, if Trump gets voted, I'm leaving the country, and every day I say to them, hey, bye. Why aren't you left yet?
Here I am the
What's
opposite.
wrong?
I'm like, please let me in your country. I'm trying.
Yeah, a lot of people in America are quite like they're all bark, no bite.
Thank you, Zane. That's the smartest thing I've ever heard a kid say.
It's true though.
Yeah. That's where Trump actually works. He's got the bark and the bite. Like, look at the economy. Our gas is under $2 a gallon right now.
I have to say, I with full disclosure, I personally am a Republican leaning right wing, and I do like Trump, but to flat out say you never said Mexico was gonna pay for the wall is kind of funny, because like even on his own website till today it says Mexico can make a one-time $5 to $10 billion payment to build the wall. And like, again, I support Trump, I support the wall and everything like that, but what's the point of lying when the fact checks can easily fact check you?
Alright, but here's the problem with the fact checks right now, and as far as the American, as far as anybody goes, there is so much fake news this year that you have to do a lot of digging. And fuck, honestly, listen, he's not the first politician to go back on something that he said.
Oh no, fuck no, no.
At all. Like,
look at Hillary Clinton, she flip-flops more than a pancake.
Look
Like,
at the Democrats.
They flip-flop more than a pancake at a church bake sale.
6 years ago, they were all for the wall when Obama was talking about it.
Yeah,
now,
they said
Trump
that they would
wants
invest $12 billion into border security and a barrier. Verbatim, that's what Hillary Clinton and Obama said. Now it's just about partisan politics where they don't want Trump to get a big major win, so they're just going to block him in any way that they can. And it's absolutely ridiculous. It's crippling the government, and it's hurting the American population, and it needs to stop.
I never thought I'd see something like this right now where people are... This is what it's like. It'd be like... I was in high school. I remember, no one liked me in high school. I was picked on, blah, blah, blah. And I remember, like, if it was a cute girl, they'd be like, all right, I'm going to pick your partners. Chelsea and JT. You guys are partners. No, I'm not. I'll take the F on the assignment. I'm not going to work with him. That is what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Literally, I'll take an F on the, I'll take a failure instead of working together.
Nancy Pelosi, by coming and honestly coming out and saying anything except for we'll offer him $1. Like, that just shows the level of maturity that we're working with on the Democratic side. I'm sorry, these left-wing people are so immature that they're taking petty shots just because they don't like President Trump. It's so stupid.
The Democrat that's like, that she got like elected in or something like that, and then she's like, and what's my first thing I would do? I'm gonna impeach that motherfucker.
Was that Ortiz? Was that or is that the other one? Either way,
I can't remember.
I do recall that story, and
it's just so like, stupid. Are you guys kidding me? Listen, I drop f-bombs, but I don't have hundreds of thousands.
I'm not at a congressional meeting.
Look up to me, exactly. Yeah, I'm not in a position where I need to watch my fucking language.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking idiots. You guys look like fucking hillbilly trash monkeys up there, or something.
And the thing
I don't know what the hell
like,
that even is. A hillbilly trash monkey.
Yeah, and the thing is like, okay, I get it. Donald Trump has a vulgar way about talking. Absolutely. But look at Lyndon B. Johnson. He used to take staffers and people and the press into his private bathroom while he was pooping and make them do interviews. He used to go in and stand next to people at the urinal, Secret Service people at the urinal, and be like, "Hey, check mine out. I call it Little Big Johnson." And I'm like, oh my god.
Look, I bet if you really look into it, Kennedy was probably a slimeball. Look at the way that guy
look at
looks.
Kennedy. Yeah, that guy slept with more people than Kennedy.
Oh my god. Listen, that guy, listen, I'm no homo. That's a good looking guy. And a guy who looks like that and becomes president, fucked everything that moved.
Do you know how he became a political person and how his dad became political?
I don't know, there's a lot.
Okay, so his dad was a thief. His dad was involved in insider trading and a lot of other marketing schemes and whatnot, and he was hired by the president at the time, and he was put in charge of the financing and stuff, and basically put all the laws into place stopping how he became rich. So he was a thief who exposed himself, and instead of going to jail, just made policies to make them illegal.
Bro, that's why I wish I could be in the past, because that's what these guys were. They were so smart for their time that they knew that they'd never get caught or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it's, I wish, I would go back in the past. I would go to cowboy days, any one of those days, just because I know how rich, how powerful I could be.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, the world's changed. Like, did you see the recent tweet from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson?
I don't look at tweets from celebrities, but go ahead.
He basically was just saying that the whole generation, like the whole world right now, is just snowflake liberals, basically saying that, like, they're all just too weak and people need to, like, you know, grow a backbone, essentially. And I completely agree with him. I'm glad somebody's finally stepping out in the spotlight and saying that, because this whole idea of toxic masculinity is absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
Why can't men be strong?
Listen, I grew up, and this is where the feminine, back to your feminine thing is, alright? My mom was a single mom. Listen, she was not a good mom by any means, but she was a strong fucking woman. She was in the Marines in the 90s, bro. Like, can you imagine being a female in the Marines in the 90s?
Nah.
Like, yeah, and especially when people talk about it nowadays, they're like, there's these inspiring articles of these female soldiers, and it's like, they've been here before, you fuckheads! Like, dude, like, straight up, there's people who talk about my mom, like, that your mom was the fucking, like, toughest, badass woman I've ever known. She was like 5'2" or something like that, 5'1". She was a fucking midget and kicking ass in the Marines. So you know, I get, like, that's why me personally, that's why I've never grown up with this whole, like, you know, women are weak or anything like that. Women can do everything, but, like, again, even my mom would have said this: women don't belong in the infantry because women don't belong on the front battlefield. They don't. They don't. There's so many reasons. There's worse things that can happen to a woman on the battlefield. Like if they get caught. Oh my God. God forbid that happens. Like, shit, man. Like Jessica Lynch wasn't caught on a battlefield by a bunch of other grunts from the enemy side. All right, she was caught by like a leader of a fucking terrorist cell, and they traded her instantly.
Yeah.
If it was like regular soldiers, like dude, I'm not gonna lie, us infantry guys, we're fucking animals at times. Like, I remember going out there and just being like, fuck, as terrible as it sounds, we'd be like, oh, we hope someone fucking gives us somebody to kill today. Like, it sounds fucked up, but it was our job, you know, like, somebody shoot at us or anything. It was mostly because we were bored.
Yeah.
But they just, and plus, and this is what medics have said. Medics. I remember my medic, he's like, listen, if there was a woman here, and we used, actually, women came out with us on missions, by the way. We had a female MP that used to go out with us sometimes, because she'd have to frisk the fucking women. And he was like, listen, if we're out in a fucking combat and big battlefield, and I hear a woman screaming, and I hear a man screaming, I'm gonna run to that woman 9 times out of 10. And it's just, it's nothing to do with sexism either. It's about, maybe it's a type of politeness, like me too. Like, I hold the doors open for women still. I hold them for men too. It's just a politeness kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
like if you see a woman carrying stuff, you're gonna offer her help more than a man because, A, you're not gonna emasculate that man. You know, like I'm carrying a bunch of groceries. Like actually, I had a neighbor do that once, but I don't think you realize. I was carrying like a bunch of like 4 12-packs of sodas. You know, carrying up all the groceries for Cammy. And this guy's like, oh, hey, man, and I'm almost up the stairs. You need some help? I'm like, no, man, I got it. You know, like, there's those man modes that we have. Definitely, 100%.
Yeah. And you know what? The left will tell you that that's toxic. That's toxic masculinity. That actually makes our youth and our society worse. That's bullshit, right?
Yeah, the whole this 2018, man, the whole like when people are literally like this lady named her kid A B C D E.
Yeah,
that's literally what she named her kid. And some flight attendants were like laughing at the name. They're like, man, that kid's gonna have a rough life.
Yeah,
Hell
and
yeah,
didn't they get sued or something? Like the mom tried to sue? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
And everyone's like, hey, you name your kid fucking look at me. People are gonna look at them, okay? Like.
Yeah. Like, even Frank Zappa knew when he named his kids that people were gonna look at Dweezil as Diva Muffin. Shit like that. Like, come on.
People, you know what the biggest thing is? I swear the way we're on nowadays is people don't have to think of repercussions of future. It's all just what's happening now and then. It's never have to be prepared for tomorrow. Like the whole Boy Scout motto, always be prepared. Nope. Not anymore. Just see what
somebody
fucking
else
happens.
will.
See if you get lucky.
Somebody else will bail you out.
Yeah.
I am just on point today. Man, dude, I didn't miss one headshot on that guy.
After this Fortnite run, I gotta head out for a bit, but I'll be back in like 20 minutes.
Alright. And Leafy, I feel like we're not a dying breed, but maybe because there's so little of us, and people like me, I don't wanna argue with people anymore about common sense shit. I really don't. Listen, if your baby is born with a penis, it's a boy. If it's born with a vagina, it's a girl. That's it. That's common sense.
The idea of babies is so cringy to me that like it just pisses me off. Babies.
This is 2019. People should have to have a permit to have a child.
Yeah. Well, did you see in Canada we can now put gender X on our fucking shit?
In some states.
Get fucked.
Well, I mean, in Oregon, you can apply for suicide.
For what?
Suicide?
To kill yourself. Yeah.
Oh, well, you have to be. Yeah, Oregon did allow that, but no, Zane, you have to be sick as fuck. You have to be dying of like
terminal.
It's like you would be like dying of cancer or like
it's assisted suicide.
Oh, it's euthanasia for the terminal patients. Okay, yeah.
For super.
Yeah, it's for like people who's going like they're like near death and they can kill themselves like.
Fun fact: anywhere in Canada you can actually apply to that. It doesn't really get used very often, but a Supreme Court of Canada did rule that we have the right to euthanize.
Yeah, a lot of countries have done that because that's wrong to make. Listen, if I'm sitting there and I'm fucking throwing up everything inside of me every day, and I'm in pain. I'm in the more pain than anybody can even prescribe. Let me die. That's not a way to live as a human. Hell, listen. Some people think I'm fucking cruel about this, but I honestly think. Listen, we have a day and age where we can see if a baby's gonna come out normal or if it's gonna come out fucked. There shouldn't be no argument anymore. It should be court ordered. If that shit's gonna come out fucked, you can't have it. You can't. It's no point. It's not a fucking human being. God damn, man. Like this has come from. I worked with special ed kids my junior year of high school. And I remember this fucking kid, Dan, big, 300 pounds, sits in a wheelchair and just does this bobbing back and forth all day and long. And and I was really invested in helping these kids. To the point I even went to where this kid, where his like home is, it's like a nursing home kind of, but for special ed, and realizing that they don't do anything for these fucking kids except for just give them toddler stuff and just go out and smoke cigarettes all day.
Yeah.
It fucking sucked. But I'm like, this is wrong. Well, yeah, we couldn't tell back then, but to force somebody, what if inside his mind he's normal? What if deep in behind those eyes, underneath all that shit, there's a screaming man that says, "I don't want this." You know? There's a and
the thing
we don't
is,
know
like,
that. But
like,
the fact that we sorry, go ahead.
No, go finish your thought. Sorry.
I was gonna say and yes, we don't know that they're not saying that either. We don't know that they're just happy-go-lucky. But that's literally like keeping puppies the size of humans, and like it's you might as well just make a puppy-human crossbreed.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't disagree. And the thing is like I gotta go, so I'll end on this. But like, the idea that we allow people to sign a DNR, do not resuscitate, but then don't give them the choice to choose when they end their life in that terminal stage is absolutely ludicrous, and I don't understand that.
Well, you can tell someone they can't save your life, but you can't take your own life.
Yeah, I guess that's the world we live in. Alright, I'll be back in a bit.